The Bible says there was earth before the sun, that the sun and stars were created after the earth. Are any of these accurate? No. All of these are wrong, scientifically wrong. The Bible says light exists on day 1, but the sun doesn't show up until day 4. Without the sun, the existence of light, especially something like natural daylight, doesn't have a physical basis. And separating day and night on day 1 without a spinning planet and a light source doesn't make sense. And then the creation story itself, it's been debunked over and over. The Bible describes plants, trees, birds, sea creatures, and humans being instantly created, fully formed. But science shows us that humans evolved from earlier primates, and it is backed by massive amounts of evidence. Fossil records, genetic data, and geological evidence all point to life being developed gradually over billions of years, not instantly. The order of creation events in the Bible, it doesn't just line up with what we know from science. All of this shows that the Bible reflects on ancient worldview, not a modern scientific one. The scientific evidence contradicts a lot of what's written on the very first page alone. It's not just the scientific inaccuracies that are a problem, it's also the morality, which is quite bizarre if you think about it. Take the Bible for example. It openly supports and accepts the practice of keeping and owning slaves. Then there are verses that endorse harsh punishment, misogyny, and there are other things like corporal punishment and religious intolerance, most of the things that we now consider morally wrong. People often cite selective verses to support their argument, like the Bible condemns kidnapping in one verse, but elsewhere it's totally fine with slavery. I see the same thing happen with Muslims in India, and when Muslims want to talk about religious tolerance, they quote the Quran verse, "For you is your religion, for me is mine." But in the same Quran, it says non believers and polytheists will burn in hell for eternity and calls them the worst of all beings. This kind of cherry picking happens across all religions. Take the Manusmriti, for example. It promotes a lot of morally objectionable practices like rigid caste discrimination, gender inequality, brutal punishments, support for child marriage, servitude and slave like conditions for lower castes, and even denial of education to them. Yet many religious people still defend Manusmriti, saying there may be 1,000 bad things in it, but there are also 1,000 good things in it. But here's the thing, the presence of good verses does not excuse or negate harmful ones, and cherry picking the positive aspects ignores the systemic harm caused by the texts. It is not a solid argument, it doesn't excuse the damage. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.